Are you an accounting or tax professional who wants to stay ahead without spending a dime? Join thousands who trust insightful accountant and tax practice news to keep them informed and empowered. Get expert updates on QuickBooks, Xero, tax planning strategies, and workflow tips delivered straight to your inbox. Whether you're a solo bookkeeper, firm leader, or tax advisor, these newsletters are your shortcut to what's next in the profession. They're free, practical, and built for people like you. Visit insightfulaccountant.com and hit subscribe to start your smarter workflow today for free.
Welcome everyone to October's QBTalks, and this is our annual ProAdvisor show, and so we're happy to have you all here. And I've got a couple of housekeeping things I need to mention. One is you will receive a link to get to today's broadcast and also to the deck from today, a PDF of the deck. Also, if you would use just the question capability, we'll answer your questions as best we can as we go along. And this does qualify for CPE. In order to get CPE, you must have been here 50 minutes, and you must answer at least 2 of the 3 CPE polling questions. 2 of the 3 CPE polling questions. Now, we've got more polls than that, but there are 3 that are specifically CPE related. You must answer at least 2 of them. I think everybody knows me. I've been around here since, well, I got to see dirt made. So, I've been around a long time. And I'm privileged to have the opportunity to serve as the administrator of the ProAdvisor Awards. And so the people that are with me today, I'm extremely proud of because they've worked their tails off to get to the positions that they hold this year. Now, Gary insists that I have to plug our new premium channel, Be Insightful. We're offering, and I believe it's now up to 12 training tracks. They vary everything from app comparisons to marketing and business and just all kinds of things. And in case you don't know, we also are hosting a cruise in July. And if you'd like more info about the cruise, just go ahead and respond yes. Select your answer. And if you want more information about Be Insightful, that's an option as well. And we're just going to hold that open for another minute or so. And go ahead, Matt, and close that poll. Now, we're sponsored by Forwardly today. Forwardly lets you grow your business with faster payments. And managing business payments can be complex and time-consuming, but Forwardly is simplifying that process. With AI native instant bill pay, automated invoice payments, unique 4-way accounting, software sync, you can help your clients grow their business and improve cash flow and secure digital payment options and no monthly fees. Joining us today is Jane Ingram, the Director of Operations and Marketing at Forwardly, and she's going to show us how Forwardly transforms what used to be an overwhelming, time-consuming process and turns it into a smooth and easy one. So Jane, thanks for sponsoring this month's QB Talks and being with us today. And we're going to let you tell us all about Forwardly over the next 10 minutes or so.
Sounds great. Should I share my screen, Murph?
Sure. Let me stop sharing and you can share.
All right, doing that right now. Okay, all right. Well, okay. Hey everyone, Janie Forwardly here. First off, thank you so much for joining us today. I just want to start with a quick overview of who we are. So first off, Forwardly is an AI-powered payments platform. We're built specifically for businesses and accounting firms that want to move money faster, more securely, and with less manual effort. Over the last few years, the payments world has changed dramatically, yet most businesses still rely on outdated tools, delayed transfers, or manual data entry. What Forwardly does is we eliminate that friction by combining instant real-time payments with automation that's intelligent enough to handle your bill capture, approvals, and your reconciliation automatically. What really sets Forwardly apart is that it's designed to be powerful and easy to use without extra software or a team of data scientists to get started. You really just connect your bank and your accounting software, the latter of which is actually optional in case you do have a client that's very resistant to accounting software. We do see those occasionally, and basically you're ready to go. We handle the heavy lifting so that you can focus on what really drives your business forward. And as Murph mentioned, we have no monthly subscription fees. There's unlimited team access if you do have multiple people in your business. We have very complicated and approval processes available as well. So one of the biggest frustrations for firms and finance teams is duplicating work. When your accounting software says one thing, your payment system says another, and you have to make them merge. We solve that through a unique four-way sync with QuickBooks Online and Xero, as well as some of the other leading accounting platforms. What that means is that your bills, your invoices, your contacts, and your payment status are all going to stay perfectly aligned. So for instance, if you create an invoice in Forwardly for one of your clients in QuickBooks, it's going to instantly appear in Forwardly. Now, if your client is also connected to Forwardly, we're going to create the bill on their side as well in their QuickBooks or in their connected Xero or in their connected accounting platform. Once the payment is complete, that transactional data is going to be synced back into the accounting platforms on both sides so that there's just less to do overall. The result is basically financial harmony. We're trying to make it so that your books and your bank are matching more easily with no manual uploads, no double entry, and less reconciliation cleanup at month end. So one of those small features, we're trying to save hours for you every week. Coming along with that is also streamlined vendor and client management. And then, as I mentioned before, those approvals and payment policies that allow you to create very clear separation of duties to prevent fraud and also ensure a complete audit trail for each payment that goes out. So basically what we're talking about is automating AP. When you automate AP, we've seen that your team can handle 10 times the volume at a fraction of the cost. You'll capture early payment discounts, avoid late fees, and you can reduce human error by up to 90%. Automation won't just save you time, it'll strengthen your entire financial operation and really give you a boost over not automating AP. In fact, when we teach webinars pretty regularly on how to automate your AP, one of the biggest things people always say is that it's something that they want to explore, but they just haven't had the time yet. Well, with us, we're trying to make that very accessible and very easy for people to jump into. So now I did record a quick overview of Forwardly. So let me know right away, Murph, if the sound doesn't share, but I do have a quick overview. If it doesn't, I will just do the voiceover manually. Hi, everyone. I'm Janie Groom, Director of Operations and Marketing at Forwardly. Forwardly is an AI-powered payment cash flow management platform built to make business payments faster, simpler, and smarter. Our mission is to eliminate the manual work around bill pay, vendor approvals, and reconciliation. In other words, the things that slow businesses down the most. In the next few minutes, oh my gosh, so sorry. I'll show you how Forwardly works hand in hand with QuickBooks Online and other leading platforms to help you and your clients move effortlessly. When you first log in, you'll land on your Forwardly dashboard, which gives you a clear snapshot of your firm or client's financial activity in real time. From here, you can instantly see recent payments, upcoming payments.
We lost the audio there.
One click. No logging in or out or managing separate profiles. The AI inbox is where the magic happens. It's a centralized space for uploading or emailing bills directly into Forwardly. Every single business gets its own dedicated email address as well. Our AI reads each document, extracting key details like vendor name, amount, and due dates. No typing, no scanning line by line, or inaccurate OCR. It's all handled for you in seconds with AI. From there, Forwardly's approvals autopilot takes over. Forwardly will make sure that the right person is told when they are needed to step in and approve or review a bill. You stay in full control, but Forwardly handles all the repetitive work and notifications behind the scenes. Forwardly connects with QuickBooks Online with a unique four-way sync, meaning that bills, invoices, contacts, payment status all stay in perfect alignment between both systems. Even for your clients and vendors, if they're using a different accounting software, we'll create the bill or invoice on their end if they're connected with Forwardly too. When you're ready to create a bill or invoice in QuickBooks or in Forwardly, either will automatically appear in the opposite system, ready to request, review, or pay. Once a payment is complete, Forwardly sends the details right back to QuickBooks, including the confirmation and transaction data. This seamless integration keeps your work accurate and eliminates the need for duplicate data entry, especially once you've added your clients to Forwardly. Forwardly offers real-time, same day, next day, and standard ACH payments. Our instant payments means that vendors can get paid 24/7, even on weekends and holidays, giving you and your clients more flexibility with cash flow. Although faster payment speeds are not always open to every business. Forwardly has no monthly fees, no seat limits, and our transaction costs are simple. For bank payments faster than standard ACH speed, it's 1%, capped at a sliding scale depending on the payment speed. We also allow businesses to accept credit card payments for 2.99%. For both credit card payments and bank payments, you can choose to pass the fees to your client depending on your business policy. All businesses get 10 free standard ACH transfers per month with their business account. Forwardly was designed with team collaboration in mind, so you can easily assign roles and permissions to different team members. Approvers can be set based on dollar amount or vendor, ensuring every payment follows your firm's internal controls. Every action is logged in a detailed audit trail, so you always know who approved what and when. Whether you're managing one business or 100, the process stays transparent and secure. Forwardly doesn't just handle outgoing bill payments, we also let you receive client payments instantly. You can send a payment request directly to your client and they can pay you in seconds through a secure bank transfer. Alternatively, for recurring invoices or retainers, you can also set up an automatic payment collection so clients are billed on time without nagging or follow-ups. In short, Forwardly gives you AI-powered real-time payments that eliminate manual bill pay, simplify approval workflows, and keep everything synced with your accounting software. This means your firm or your clients can manage both sides of cash flow inside one platform. Bills going out, payments coming in, all tracked and reconciled automatically. It's a faster, easier way of keeping cash flow running smoothly and freeing up time for actual advisory work instead of chasing payments. You can explore more at forwardly.com, where you'll find our 60-second product tour and an option to book a one-on-one demo with our team. Don't forget to sign up for your free account to get 10 free standard ACH payments per month for your business. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't hesitate to reach out and ask questions after the session. All right. Okay. So otherwise, thank you so much for watching that. And sorry so much for the technical difficulties. I don't think I've shared my screen with the video in quite a while, so that was very interesting.
You know, when there's problems like that, I always blame it on AI, artificial idiot.
Unfortunately, I can't blame that one on AI. That's just entirely me. But you know what? I'll still take it over how difficult it is to drive into somebody's office any day. Anyways, to close things off, we know modernizing accounts payable can transform how businesses operate, deliver value to clients, grow without necessarily adding more staff or overhead. So we're not just providing a platform, we also partner with accounting firms like yours to help implement in a way that's scalable and rewards your firm for modernizing. We are offering kickbacks to businesses that you bring to Forwardly. Right now, it's currently $100 per business. We are planning to expand that to even more in the coming months. And through the Forwardly Partner Program, you get priority support, invited to sneak peeks, special giveaways, and ground floor feedback on what we build. One of our last updates over the summer, we had over 150 different small items, and it was really satisfying being able to go through a list of everyone who's ever requested a certain feature and be like, your specific feedback made this happen. We're also always looking to amplify voices through thought leadership or help partners attend conferences, all kinds of stuff. Our partner program's free to join, and you can sign up at forwardly.com/partners. And that's it. Thank you for joining us today. Murph, how am I doing on time?
You did great on time. I've got one question because I didn't see this on your website anywhere, and that is, do you all handle international payments?
No, we do not currently handle international payments, although we're hoping to add that next year. It's just one of those things where right now we're US domestic only, but
Okay.
hopefully soon. It is a request we get very, very, very often. So it's
Yeah,
on the list.
more and more businesses are doing business overseas, so
It's
that's
true, and it's definitely something we're thinking about. One of our biggest things is staffing companies who come to us, and right now they're not able to pay their contractors. So, they're able to accept payments from all the businesses in the US, but they're not able to pay their contractors internationally. So it's something we definitely think about a lot, I would say. And definitely on the to-do list. The other thing to mention is that we also don't support business to consumer payments or consumer to business payments. So we're a strict B2B only platform.
okay. I've taken back the share.
Great.
And maybe this is going to work. There it is. All right. So, Matt, would you launch the poll? If you want to know more about Forwardly and how it can help you grow your business with faster payments, just answer yes to sponsor poll number 1. And we'll take just a few moments and give you the opportunity to do that. And I am going to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Thanks. Let's move on. So we have some learning objectives today. The first is to help you identify common professional traits and skills demonstrated by top ProAdvisor Award recipients. And folks, that's the word I always try to use, recipients. These people are not winners. Well, they are, but really they're recipients. They earned this award. How to differentiate unique attributes and contributions that led to the individual award recognition among the top award recipients, and how to evaluate key areas within your own practices that can be strengthened to align the traits measured in the ProAdvisor Awards process by the application form. And so with me today is Susan Cook. She's the 2025 ProAdvisor of the Year. And then I have Questian Telka, and she's the 2025 up-and-coming ProAdvisor of the Year. And Sharrin Fuller, the 2025 ProAdvisor Educator of the Year. And they're each going to get the opportunity to tell us a little about themselves. And so I'm going to start with Susan by asking her to take a couple of minutes and tell us briefly about herself and her practice and really what her practice focuses on. So Susan, welcome to today's QB Talks.
Thank you, Murph, and thank you for this opportunity. Certainly is an honor to be on this great panel. About me, well, I'm not a natural entrepreneur, but my husband is, so he helped me start a bookkeeping, tax, and payroll service many years ago. This was before QuickBooks even came out. Years later, when it did come out, I tried to hide it from my clients because I thought if they have this software, they won't need me anymore. But soon I realized that QuickBooks wasn't going to replace the professionals. It was going to empower them. Once I understood that, I leaned in completely and I adopted it in the firm. But a real turning point came when my son was 9 months old. A client called angry that a bill hadn't been paid. Their utilities were about to be shut off. I was kind of distracted at the time. And this was long before Forwardly or Bill.com existed. So that moment changed everything because I knew then that I wanted to build something different, a business based on partnership and strategy, not panic and deadlines. So I sold my traditional firm right then and there, and I started over. I created a consulting practice. It's focused on solutions, implementations, and training. As I work with clients, I found that many of my clients needed to extend the functionality of QuickBooks. So today, my firm is about 80% of my work revolves around app and software integrations, helping mid-market clients with complex needs such as inventory, manufacturing, wholesale distribution, retail, construction. They need help to find the right systems and then get them implemented properly. And that's where I come in. So I don't just recommend the tools. I also stay with my clients through the full process. I identify the best fit. I train their whole team, and then I ensure that the solution really delivers real value. A little bit about me outside of work. My husband and I love to cook together. We love to entertain guests in our home here on Cape Cod. We love to travel the world, and we like to play with our grandchildren. Um, we also dedicate a lot of time every week to a volunteer ministry that we do together. And really, that brings us a lot of joy. And that life balance, it helps keep me grounded. And it's a really big part of why I built a business that fits my life and not the other way around.
Thank you. And now I'm going to ask Questian to tell us about herself and her firm.
Thank you. So I have a firm called Reconcile Financials, and our focus is specializing in nonprofit accounting and advisory. And we really want to help our clients, help our mission-driven organizations build strong financial foundations and focus a lot on making sure that they can account for and track complex grants and restricted funds and try to make compliance as manageable as possible. So I really I started my own firm much like Susan, because I had a young child that was born with a number of disabilities and special needs. And I really wanted to have that freedom to be able to build a firm that functioned with my lifestyle, but that also reflected my values and gave back to our community, which is so important to us. So I really say that Reconcile Financials is where purpose meets precision. So really leaning into my value in community and making sure that we're always giving back. We are a fully QBO firm, so we only use QuickBooks Online as our GL, and I am highly tech driven. I sometimes am guilty of getting shiny object syndrome, but I use a lot of technology in the firm to help me um, cut down on costs and make it affordable for the nonprofit clients by having a smaller team. We are also a fully female organization. And some of the things that I do outside of work, which I guess could be considered more work, is for about the last 3 years, I was the treasurer of a disability advocacy nonprofit. And a lot of my clients are I have quite a few clients that are disability advocacy nonprofits. I think it's roughly 30% or so. And then also, I work as the volunteer on the National Association of Enrolled Agents DEI committee. And so I am a co-chair of that committee as well. So I really built a firm that just reflects kind of all the things that are important to me in my life and in the world. And yeah, so that's it.
Great, thanks.
Yeah.
And last but not least is Sharrin Fuller. And Sharrin, I'm going to ask you to tell our audience a little about yourself and your firms.
plural because I can't do just one thing. I have ADHD and OCD. So my name's Sharrin Fuller. I live in Vegas, and I'm a huge hockey fan. Those are the things that matter the most. Right now, I have an accounting firm and I have a strategic advisory firm, but the accounting firm is sold as soon as the government opens back up. This will be my second firm I've sold, the third firm I've started. I started this back in 2006 when I lived in San Diego. I was only 26 at the time, and I had worked for so many other companies, and it really kind of when the last one I was at, the guy said, "Hey, I'm going to retire." I thought, okay, I cannot work for other people anymore. This just stinks. So I was talking to some of our tenants, and they're like, "I wish I could hire you, but I've only got like 5 hours a week worth of work." Well, when there were 8 to 10 of them, that's a full-time job. So I started my first company, and I started as a mobile office manager, very light bookkeeping. And I didn't go to college. I just picked up accounting very, very quickly. And I ended up taking on clients that were, tax accountants and other CPA firms. And I was doing bookkeeping work. So my firm grew into a fractional controller and CFO advisory firm. And we specialized in software as a service for a lot of VC-backed startup companies in the Bay. Ended up selling that, started the new one I have now, selling that now. And my full-time focus at this point, where my passion is working with other accounting firm owners. I have a community called the Clone and Conquer Hub, and I also have one-on-one advisory, and really just helping my other accounting firm owners get out of the work so they can work on the business and scale and grow and really kind of understand what their exit strategy, because even if you've never thought of it, what you do every day and the decisions you make really kind of build up what will happen when you decide to exit your company, however that may be. So everything we do has that in mind. And I am also extremely technology driven. I only work 3 days a week. Everything I do is I document, I create a how-to, and I pass it along, or I create an automation to where if I do something manual once, I only do it once. I'll never have to do it again. So honestly, all I'm doing now is really the one-on-one relationships, which is where I think the accounting industry is going anyways. I think the back end work is going to be automated. So if we can get further ahead of it, it's going to be less of time to adjust, and it allows us to really make sure that our offering is more relationship based. So yes, that is what I'm doing now. And I'm also the chair of the Women Who Count conference, which is next week. So we have that coming up, and it's going to be a good one. And then after that, of course, I wrote a book, and I have a book launch on October 26th. So buy my book.
Goodness gracious.
Did I mention I have ADHD and I'm OCD? Did I mention that?
Absolutely. Twice
All
now.
right. Just making sure. Well, let me do it one more time for the OCD in me. OCD?
So, folks, if we collected all of these, and we have been collecting them over the years, these are the most common traits that our top pro advisors have reported to us one way or another. And I asked several years ago Matt Fulton to write a article about what he thought made a great pro advisor, and we publish that almost every year because it was such a great article. But this is kind of the collective list, as I said, over the last now 14 plus years that we've found. And what we are going to ask you is in our next poll, and this is our first CPE poll, here's a smaller segment, and we want to know which one of the following traits you consider most important in your practice, and that translates directly to how you respond to questions for the Top Advisor Awards in terms of our application form. So let's take a moment and let you answer that. And then this is one of the polls that we're going to actually look at the answers. So we're going to give you a few more seconds to answer this. I can't believe it. We're actually running about 2 minutes ahead of schedule. So.
Do you want me to talk more?
Well, maybe so.
All right. All right. I'll talk slower when it's my turn again. I'm like the micro man. So micro
You
machine man, I will for if I just dated myself by saying
you
micro
are
machine
kind of a
man.
Speedy Gonzales when you speak. Just the opposite
Sorry,
of just
don't
the
even know
opposite.
how I got top educator. Apparently,
You know.
people re-listened to me and put me on 0.75 speed, I think is what happens.
They
All
must
right.
like it.
So
They get through classes quickly.
Yeah, I'm like, we're
Matt,
done. Let's get this. It could have been an email.
Matt, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and look at the results of this poll. Are you there, Matt? Okay. Adaptability to change. Wow. That's surprising.
That's like the least likely accountant trait in the world, right? It's the
You know,
least accountants. I just was on a podcast with Dan DeLong about this, and I'm like, accountants don't like change. So that's so funny.
yeah. I mean, it's a shocker, really. Uh, okay. Great. Great to see that people are changing their attitude towards change.
I suppose you kind of have to right now. Everything's changing so quickly.
So, again, part of this is about helping you ensure that you know how to deal with the issues related around the awards. And I'm going to mention the fact that these are our primary assessment factors. Your professional stature, that's how you stand in the network or in what we call the ecosystem as a whole. Your actual practice performance, your clients. I say that over and over again. Your clients, your clients, your clients. This is, if you are in a big firm, we don't care how many clients your firm has. We want to know how many clients you work with, how you work with them, what products they're using, what functions, features, services, capabilities you're providing relative to your clients. These are individual awards, they're not firm based. Training. The key is take all you can find, uh, all you can train on, and also all you can write about. That's big ways to earn points. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday, maybe Monday's article, I showed you just how simple the new form is about entering training. You no longer have to go find it in the form and pick it and enter it. You can just write it all in now, whatever it is. We don't care what it is as long as it's related, it's got a sponsor, you're getting some credit or credit hours for it. And if you're teaching it, there's a little toggle there so you can say, I taught this. So, all right. And it was the accumulation of all those hours that Sharrin did that that was a big component of, her receiving the Top Educator Award. Certifications. Don't just okay, we hear about QuickBooks all the time. And yes, there's level 1 and level 2, and there's a few other certifications out there, and I'm getting ready to tell you there's going to be a new one in the near future. But the more certifications you earn and that you keep current, the more points you're going to earn. And then tell us about how you are involved in the app ecosystem. You need to become an expert in one or more products. And really, if you focus on only one, you're in big trouble. You need to have at least one product for each category. Again, this year we've changed it. We've taken out the long list of all of these apps, and we let you tell us the apps you're using for each of the various app categories. And so then how you use them. Do you use it? Does your firm use it? Do your clients use it? Did you teach it to your clients? Are you certified in it? Et cetera, et cetera. And all of that generates points. Here's the key. Be sure to count, track, and report everything you do during the year. And CPEs are great, CEs are great, but you can also track hours if you're taking things that they don't issue CEs or CPEs. So, you need to track all that. And the nice thing about the application is you can log in once, you can save your application, then you can go back to it. And every time you go to a new training, you can go in it, enter it right then, and then save it again. All right, so with that said, I want to reiterate that, these awards are standardized, and we are not measuring one ProAdvisor against another. The application form that you fill out, the information that you complete, is scored based on numeric values that are pre-established for each question or each possible set of questions, and they're all based upon a given standard. And there's a standard for every category that we have: QBO, QuickBooks Desktop, QuickBooks Online, apps, Educator, niche practitioner, et cetera, et cetera. And that standard relates directly to how the questions in the application are scored. So, Questian, I'm getting ready to ask you this question first. Now that I've just told you what the awards measure, I'm going to ask each of you to tell us what you feel you did in your own mind to accomplish your standing in the 2025 awards. I want to know what you think you did to earn the 2025 Up and Coming ProAdvisor of the Year.
Do I get the answer at the end? Like, you tell me if I get it right. I think a big part of it is really staying true to my niche, because it's given me the opportunity in my firm to build out expertise in a number of technology products. And so I've kind of standardized my tech stack, and we try to use very specific tools. And not only do we teach our clients how to use them, I also do a lot of teaching and training on webinars, on technology, and a number of other topics as well. And so beyond the technology piece, I think that you mentioned professional stature, something that is important to me in my firm and client facing, and why we actually work and choose to work with nonprofits is, as I mentioned before, like, community is a really important thing for me, both in my my local community with nonprofits and giving back, but then also our accounting community. And so I really like to teach and create spaces that are welcoming to everyone. I don't think that I'm not sure that we had started it by the time of the awards ceremony, but an example of that would be a podcast that we started that's all focused on women in accounting called She Counts, where we, talk about realities of the profession. And so I think those are a couple of big factors. The other thing is that while I don't get CPE because I'm not a CPA, I am an EA. And so I do a lot of training myself, and I'm constantly learning. I love to learn and take classes, and I absorb as much information and as possible. And I think that those are probably the factors that weighed heavily for Maya winning the award this year. And hopefully I'll make it into the top 100 next year.
Receiving the award.
Receiving, yes, receiving the award. Thank you. Did I get it right?
So it's you've given a perfect example in that, folks, the way this works is you're measured in every category. It doesn't matter whether you mark that category as being your preference or being your primary. We still measure you in every single category based on the answers you provide. And you score and are ranked in each of those categories. And then you turn around and that ranking determines which category is there for the placement. And what I mean by that is we don't just have 100 top spots. We have a number of spots for each category that make up the 100. So, for example, there are more spots for QuickBooks Online than there is for QuickBooks Desktop. That's something we negotiated with Intuit a few years ago. They didn't like the emphasis that we had on desktop when that's not quite as important to them as it was 15 years ago. But still, for each category, there's only so many spots that go towards the top 100. And the highest ranked in each of those categories earn those spots. That brings us to the top 100. But the highest ranked individual in each category is the categorical winner. And so that's how there is a, for example, up and comer or of the year or the educator of the year. And then I'll take it one step further and explain that when we get all of those top categorical winners, the top categorical winner with the highest overall points is the ProAdvisor of the year. So with that explained out, Sharrin, I'm going to pick on you next and let us let you tell us what you think you did to accomplish the award you received.
Absolutely. So what I did is I got out of my own head. So I know most people are not good at talking about themselves and the good things they did. Like I can tell you what a terrible human being I am and why you should not talk to me or work with me all day long. I will tell you that up and down. But to tell you why I'm amazing or why I'm good at what I do, I'm not good at that. Other people are good. You know, that's where other people come in. And I think that's a normal human trait. So honestly, what I did is I filled out your document legitimately and seriously. Now I've been at top 100 for 3 years. In the past couple of years, I kind of just, here's what I've done, blah, blah, blah. But this time I was like, how in the heck do I get to top 10? And you're like, fill it out. What are you doing? Add all your things. So it took me about 3 to 4 hours, not gonna lie, but it is very, 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 very thorough. And I honestly sat and went back months of like, what did I do during this time frame? Like I pulled out my calendar in January. Okay, I was on this webinar. Okay, I taught this for CPA Crossings. All right, I went to this conference. I spoke and I attended. So it really is, you really are going back in the past year and identifying everything you've done to be an advisor in this community, in this industry. And it's kind of, as you're filling it out, it kind of feels like you're like, dang, I did all that. That is a lot. How did I have a job or a life? And how's my husband not left me? And my dogs still like me because I did so much. But you can't leave anything out. So when I went top educator, I had a few people come up to me because, you know, a few years back, nobody knew who I was. I've always owned an accounting firm, but I didn't join the conference scene, the conference circuit, like I like to call it, or the educator circuit until 2021 at Accounting Today in San Diego. Was the first accounting conference I ever spoke at. So I kind of came out of nowhere. And in that time, I really just, this is something that I really enjoy doing. So actually sitting down and just identifying every tiny little thing that you've done is what makes a difference. And that's where I was getting at again. People have came up to me, they're like, I've been doing this for 20 years and I've never got top educator. I'm like, you're either not filling it out right, or it doesn't mean that you're not great at what you do. It just means I'm a crazy person and did a lot more, right? So I did 100 webinars last year and I taught it all these different things. And again, I just don't think people are giving themselves the credit for what they've actually accomplished when they're filling out the application. So as you fill it out, ask yourself, like, don't just do it real quick. Like, sit yourself down. If you're really serious about this, sit yourself down for a few hours. I've got it marked on my calendar in November to sit down. I need to do my application because I've been nominated for top 100 for next year. But I know I need to sit down. I need to seriously go back and look through every single thing I did for every single question and question. Because questions here, get it? Anyhow, so yes, make sure that you really pay attention and that you give yourself credit for everything that you've done. And I think you'll be able to see the difference. But on the flip side, we've got some amazing educators and advisors in our industry. And so I feel like, especially now with people going into more of advisory and less of bookkeeping and data entry, it's going to be very competitive because there are more people that are educating and getting on webinars and doing, inviting more providing more CAS. So don't be disappointed. Like, I wouldn't be disappointed if I wasn't top 100 next year. It would just encourage me to do more to get back on it the following year.
Great, thanks.
Of course.
And since I kind of explained, how the ProAdvisor of the Year is earned by virtue of having the highest score amongst all of the categorical top. Susan, I'm going to let you tell us how long you've been here and how many things you've done over the years, and what you've really accomplished that's brought you to the status of the single best of the best.
Well, like the others, I'm not 100% sure what I did right, but it has been a long time of dedication. I've been focused on technology, solutions, implementation, really continuous improvement. And that I feel like it really elevated my practice from being a bookkeeping service to what it is become years ago, which is a full-scale consulting firm. And I joined every professional network that I could from early on. Of course, the ProAdvisor program I joined in 2006. I became a QuickBooks solution provider in 2009. I joined the Woodard Group, and prior to that, it was the Sleater Group, Accountex. I, of course, read everything that an insightful accountant puts out and adhere to all of their forums that I can. And this is really helpful to me because tech is changing so rapidly, as we acknowledge, that I needed a network of colleagues, reliable support and guidance that would help me navigate all these changes. And they've all proved to be excellent support for me, so that most of the time I was a solopreneur, I never felt alone because I had this great network. And then, of course, I did attend the conferences. Since 2000, I've been going to the conferences for all those years, sometimes several throughout the year. I always attend Scaling New Heights, Intuit Connect if possible. And when I'm there, I meet software providers, and then I learn about what their software and apps have to benefit from me. And I join their partner program if it's good for me and my clients. Then I get certified in those apps to help my clients. And then I attend their partner summits. For example, I was in Montreal for the Lightspeed, which does point of sale partner summit. And I was in Denver, Colorado for the Sin7, which does manufacturing and wholesale distribution software, connects to QBO software. So I went to their partner summit. So it's just always part of my rhythm to keep on learning, keep up with my certifications, attend app demos, keep on attending webinars, all the Insightful Accountant webinars, Firm of the Future, In the Know, anyone else that I can, that I'm interested in that can help me. I either watch them live or I register, and then I watch them later. I try to make time to work on the business, not just in the business, kind of like not just always head down, entering and doing for the clients, but to keep your head up and look ahead, look at growth. Just be strategic, look long term, think what is the big picture for me in the future? What do I want in the future? And all of these educational efforts, they are an investment of your time and money. Yes, but it is well worth it. The return on investment has been there for me, and accountability, my firm, for all these years. I really appreciate all the education that I've been able to take advantage of.
Thank you so much. All right, folks, it's time for another CPE polling question. So we want to know which one of the following areas to enhance that you feel like you need to enhance before the close of the 2026 awards. Do you think you need to improve your professional stature or your practice performance, measuring your clients, etc.? That you need to enhance your training opportunities, get more and more training before the end of the process, that you still need more certifications, and then also maybe you need to involve yourself with more app engagements. And so we'll take just a few moments and let you answer that, and then we'll look at the results of that poll. And I will count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because now we're running behind. Practice performance and training opportunities seem to be the two areas that are closest. And so you need to make sure you got all that data about your practice. It's not so much about having a big practice, but having a diverse practice that contributes a lot of functionality. Another area in that is, of course, advisory services. All right, thank you, Matt. Let's close that. And so now I'd like for you to tell us a little, and I'm just gonna open this up and kind of let you all do it bullpen style, I'll call it. And so, tell us what having been recognized means, not only to you, but how it's impacted your practice. And Sharrin, let's start with you.
All righty. Honestly, so since my very first scaling was in 2021, and I kept hearing everybody's going to this dinner. Apparently that was at Fort Worth, and apparently dinner included a very, very large carrot, right? So that's how I was like, oh, what dinner? What are you talking about? And then they're like, top 100. I'm like, top 100? Well, I know QuickBooks probably better than anybody here. Why am I not top 100? And so the competitive nature in me was like, gosh dang it, I'm going to be top 100. Then when I was top 100, I'm like, what do you mean there's a top 10 dinner? I want to go to that. I want a large carrot. Nick Panapinto from ADP will laugh at that. Ask anybody that was there. Apparently the dinner, the carrot was very large, and that's anyhow, fun thing to remember. But so actually hearing that, making top 100 is always like, did I make it? Yeah, I get the thing on my logo, and I could show my clients that I know what I'm talking about. So please stop telling me how to work, because for 3 years, I know more than you. I'm top 100. See this? So sit down. You're paying me, sit down, right? And then to actually be top 10 and to get an award and go on stage, that was so cool. I was so proud to be able to get to that point so quick in my education career and my, where I'm at now. Because again, just getting here, especially when I look at my colleagues, man, we have some amazing colleagues. And to even think for one reason, for any way that I got an award and that I got the award, I'm like, I really thought when you emailed me, I thought this is a joke. Did I sponsor this? I must have sent them money or something. So of course, you have your roller coaster of, oh my gosh, I got it. And then where's Ashton? And then, hey everybody, tell me I'm great because I got it. So it's just been really fun. And my team now knows that I'm not a ding dong. I'm like, look, whenever you're questioning what I'm telling you to do, here is my award that says I'm top 10. So you need to just go be quiet. And that's kind of what I've been doing with it. I also sleep with it under my pillow sometimes because it's very, very heavy. And if somebody was to ever come in my room, I'm set. I'm set. So I mean, I could just throw it. So it's an amazing award for so many levels, and I am extremely proud that I was able to receive it.
All right, question. I'm going to ask you the same thing, so just start in.
Yeah.
Sharrin spent 7 minutes saying that. So.
Well, it's a funny story actually, and it kind of is like Sharrin's. When I got an email and it said it was inviting me to the dinner, and I was like, I'm so confused right now. And it said, you've been recognized, this is, NDA, don't say anything, you've been recognized. And I was like, somebody made a mistake. Like I don't have any other email saying that I'm receiving this. And so then I sent an email out. So the first thing was that I didn't think it was real. And then once I realized that it was very humbling because there are so many peers and colleagues that are so incredible. And it was just like, wow, I can't believe this is happening. It's very exciting. And I've never received any sort of recognition like that before. So it really validated all of the hard work. And then it's opened up more doors for me in terms of collaboration with colleagues, and then credibility with clients and peers, and also helped amplify my message that nonprofit accounting needs and deserves very specialized attention and care and high quality support, and has also served as a reminder that sharing your voice and teaching and lifting others up along the way really does make an impact. So it's been it's been incredible, and it made my year.
So, folks, again, I can't emphasize enough about making sure that you report everything like Sharrin was talking about, because I'm not going to tell you which category it was, but this year, between the first place or highest ranked standing in one category and the second place was only 28 100ths of a point difference.
It was definitely my category. I'm calling it out. It was definitely there.
And it's not unusual for us to have that group of categorical recipients, the very top in each category, and then have maybe just 1 or 2 points difference that determines ProAdvisor of the Year. So, Susan, tell us what it means to you to be ProAdvisor of the Year.
I was totally psyched. I was completely thrilled because I've been in the top 100 since 2014, every year since the contest started, or the award recognition started. So, and in 2021, I was enterprise, I was top 10 desktop ProAdvisor. So I wanted number one always. I really did. So when I got it, I was like, yes, my turn. So for me, it was thrilling. But beyond the excitement, of course, is the validation that all my efforts were worth it. To be recognized among the top accounting professionals in this nation, it's really humbling. And I really treasure this recognition. I appreciate it so much. My clients and my leads see it on my website, and that builds instant trust. They know they're working with somebody that takes it very seriously and is at the top of their game. My software vendors see it on my website, and they are anxious to work with me. They sometimes give me preferred support or preferred salespeople to work with me. So it's very helpful that way. That's a win for my client. So it just pushes me to keep on learning, keep on innovating, be flexible with learning new things with tech and staying on the path that I'm on. And my advice to others would be, it's not like you're chasing an award, just chase growth for yourself and set aside time aside every week for learning, strategy, keep working with your tools, keep improving yourself. It's best for your clients, it's best for you, and maybe you'll be the ProAdvisor of the Year next year.
You could be. Okay, so we're going to skip this. And the last polling question is, which of the 2 following practice priorities do you feel would most help to propel you into the top 100? Expanding your advisory, growing your ProAdvisor practice, implementing artificial intelligence to do more of your work, increasing your training and education, participating in more conferences, or starting or enhancing your niche specialization. This is the 2 you feel will help you the most. And a key to solving your issues is always identifying them first. So that's what we're here to do, is to help you identify those things you need to work on. And let's count this down real quick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Matt, show us the results of that. Expanding advisory. That's good. I like seeing that. And then we've got increased training and conference attendance is even. So, all right, thanks. And now what I've got to do is we're going to give you one more opportunity to ask to learn more about our sponsor, Forwardly, today. So if you want to be contacted by Forwardly to find out more, just answer yes to this poll. And I've already kept you longer than I'm supposed to, but... And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thanks so much. We'll let Forwardly know those answers. And I want to thank our ProAdvisor Award sponsors for this year. There they are. Thank you very much. We couldn't offer the awards without these sponsors. And lastly, I want to let you know that next month we have another very special show. Jacqueline, the leader of ProAdvisor Training and Certification for Intuit, is going to be joining me to discuss a newly reimagined ProAdvisor program, which will be announced during Intuit Connect. Designed to support firm-level success, this program will offer seamless integration of innovative tools and educational resources to help firms thrive in a rapidly changing environment. And she will also be introducing a new Advanced Client Advisory Services Training Certification curriculum, designed to equip firms with the skills to deliver strategic insights. So, especially if you don't go to Intuit Connect, you'll want to be here on November 19th to learn about the newly reimagined ProAdvisor program. And with that, I want to thank everybody for being here. I especially want to thank my special guests, Susan Cook, Questian Telka, Sharrin Fuller, and our sponsor, Forwardly. And thanks, Jane, for being here. And I want to thank all of you for attending today. And with that, I'll sign us off.
Thank you, Murph.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
This episode of the Accounting Insiders podcast is brought to you by Insightful Accountants Be Insightful membership program. Get 9 expert-led training tracks, over 30 CPE hours a year, hands-on workshops, and year-round premium content to grow your skills and your practice. Learn more at blog.insightfulaccountant.com. Just click the Premium Member Content button.